Hi everyone, it is now week 5 of the spring 2020 semester in British literature. So I want to start off by saying that I've graded everything that I could from weeks 2 through 4. I'm sorry, weeks 2 through 3. I've also gone ahead and started giving zeros to people who have not turned in assignments. And some of you are telling me that you don't have the textbooks yet. Well, now we're in the beginning of week 5. So that's giving you a whole month to get the textbook. At this point, I feel like you should have it. So the zeros have been added to the gradebook where I didn't add them in the last 3 weeks. Now, what does that mean for you? You can still get grades on these assignments, but you have to turn them in. So if you are way behind right now, I would not recommend that you try and make up every assignment in the same day. 3 weeks worth of readings is going to be impossible to do in a single day. So I would say make up this assignment and then make up that assignment and just do it, maybe an assignment a day or something like that until you get fully caught up and you can relax then. Okay, so your grade is important. I know some of you are taking it seriously. I know that some of you are giving me notes that you still don't have the books yet. Well, now's the time to have the books already because this is week 5. All right. So what are we doing this week? Well, we've got the late romantics. Now, last week you read John Keats. He's considered a late romantic too. But the two biggest names in the late romantic period are who you're going to read this week, who are Percy Shelley and Lord Byron. Percy Shelley, you're going to read To Wordsworth, which is kind of a poem about how great Wordsworth was in his youth, but now he's gotten old and complacent, and he's just not the same guy anymore. And then Mont Blanc, which is a look at nature in a way that is, nature is not gentle and God is not all in nature because Shelley was an atheist. But nature has raw power and nature can be beautiful in its roughness, if you will. So that's what Mont Blanc's about, as well as creativity, how the universe inspires him to write. So there's 2 things going on there in Mont Blanc. And then Lord Byron, She Walks in Beauty. This was written about a lady by the name of Anne Wilmot, who he saw dressed in a black dress, and she was just so strikingly beautiful he had to write a poem about her. And then the second canto. Notice it's only the second it's only the pages 700 through 722 I'm asking you to read on this. You don't have to read all the cantos of Don Juan, but you do have to read Canto 2, and it's about his journey after he has to go on the ocean because he got caught messing around with somebody's wife, and the adventures he gets on there with a shipwreck, and then eventually when he gets rescued by the daughter of a pirate, of all things. So it's going to be a real interesting read for you. So Lord Byron and Percy Shelley. The last thing I want to remind you of is take a look at the schedule. This is the week of the first of the 3 exams. So we're going to wrap up Romanticism this week. We're going to start Victorianism next week. So that exam, there is a study guide of authors and works you're going to need to refresh yourself on before you take it. And then there is the exam itself. That's in addition to the reading quiz and the reader response paper. Now, one thing I want to also point out is that this exam, part of it's going to be general knowledge about the history and about the authors and about the works. And then there's a section on quotations. These quotes are long enough that if you can find the key words in there, you should be able to figure out who wrote it or what work it comes from. Also bear in mind that if I give you a quote of poetry and then I put in there something like Mary Wollstonecraft's Vindication of the Rights of Woman, that's not going to be the right answer because Wollstonecraft didn't write poetry. She wrote prose, and vice versa. If I give you a quote from Vindication for the Rights of Woman and I put down Lord Byron, that's not going to be the right answer because Lord Byron did not write a feminist work. In fact, Don Juan is probably somewhat anti-feminist. So you can use some common sense on those. They're all multiple choice. You'll know your grade as soon as you hit the submit button. So it'll be real easy for you. Assuming that you refresh yourself on the works and you know the answers. Okay? So that's it for this week. You've got Lord Byron, you got Percy Shelley, You've got the quiz on those two authors, you've got the paper on those two authors, and you've got the exam on Romanticism. So if you have any questions, feel free to email me, and I think you're going to enjoy the readings for this week.